Please subscribe my channel. When I stood at the altar with Sarah, I believed with every fiber of my being that I had chosen my forever. We built our world brick by brick, our home, our routines, the laughter that filled the quiet corners of our lives. To everyone else, we were a perfect picture of love and stability. But beneath that carefully painted canvas, she was hiding a secret that would one day shatter me into pieces. Sarah was living another life, one she thought I'd never discover. It all came crashing down one ordinary evening. She had left her phone on the couch while stepping away. A notification flashed across the screen. Words so sharp they nearly stopped my breath. "Last night was amazing. Can't wait to see you again." My chest turned to ice. I opened the thread, and with trembling hands I scrolled. There it was in black and white. Messages stretching back for weeks, proof that she wasn't just straying. She was nurturing another relationship, laughing, planning, dreaming with a man who wasn't me. Betrayal stared me in the face with every word. When I confronted her, she collapsed into tears, pleading that it was a mistake. But her eyes betrayed her. She wasn't sorry for what she had done. She was only sorry that I had finally caught her. In that instant, my love hardened into something unrecognizable. The part of me that would have forgiven died, and in its place grew a resolve as cold as steel. I didn't shout. I didn't beg. I simply walked away, already calculating the price she would pay for what she had done. A few days later, her sister called in tears, saying Sarah had collapsed and been admitted to the hospital. I rushed over, not because my heart still beat for her, but because I wanted to see with my own eyes how quickly her perfect world was unraveling. Seeing her frail, pale, and weakened on that hospital bed stirred nothing in me. No pity, no tenderness. Only a grim satisfaction that life itself had begun punishing her before I even lifted a finger. Her family begged me to stay, to forgive her, to stand by her side through sickness. I kept my silence, while inside, my revenge was already taking shape. Forgiveness was a door I had locked forever. I decided I would destroy her not with anger, but with something far more devastating: hope. I stayed close during her recovery, acting as though I was torn, letting her believe I was slowly softening, that reconciliation might be possible. That fragile belief lit up her eyes, gave her something to cling to, and that hope became the very weapon I used to cut her down. The first strike was financial. While she lay recovering, I quietly emptied our joint savings, moving every last cent into an account under my name. I canceled her credit cards, cut her off from the lifestyle she had grown used to with me. At first, she didn't notice, too consumed with trying to win back my trust. But when her card was declined for the first time, the confusion and panic on her face was priceless. The second blow was social. I gathered every text, every piece of evidence of her betrayal, and I delivered it to her parents, her siblings, her closest friends. The same family that had begged me to forgive her now looked at her with shame in their eyes. Her mother couldn't even hold her gaze. She wanted my forgiveness, but instead, I had given her disgrace. The final blow was personal. I began to rebuild my life, and I did it openly. Nights out with friends, trips, dinners, photographs of me smiling, living, thriving. Each picture was a reminder of what she had destroyed, of the man she had lost. I wanted her to see that while her world collapsed, mine grew brighter without her. When the hospital finally released her, she expected me to take her home, to open the door of the house we had built together. Instead, she found her belongings boxed neatly and left at her parents' doorstep. My voice was firm when I told them she would never step inside my house again. Her sobs, her pleas, her promises that she had changed, they didn't touch me. Every memory of her deceit, every stolen night with another man, burned in my mind like fuel. As the weeks passed, her desperation grew. The man she had risked everything for disappeared the moment illness touched her. He didn't visit, didn't call, didn't care. Reality crushed her. She had gambled and lost. By then, her regret was endless, but it was far too late. People whispered that I was heartless, that illness should have softened me, that I should have forgiven her. But those people hadn't lived through the nights I had. Nights where I lay awake, drowning in loneliness, wondering why I wasn't enough. They didn't know the hollow agony of discovering the person you trusted above all was lying to you, betraying you with a smile. So I ignored the judgments and stayed on my path. In the end, revenge didn't need to be loud. I didn't need to scream, fight, or cause a public scene. My revenge was in the silence, in the deliberate stripping away of everything she valued. She lost her husband, her respect, her security, and the future she once dreamed of. All she had left were the shattered pieces of her own betrayal, and the memory of the man she destroyed but could never reclaim. I walked away stronger, my dignity restored. She had mistaken kindness for weakness, assuming I would forgive. But even the gentlest hearts can harden into stone when betrayed. My revenge was complete, and at last my life belonged entirely to me.